Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a video that was very requested by some of you, and that is going to be the pros and the cons of a side cut plus maintenance. So as you guys know, I have my side cut, which is basically a shaved this part of my head. I have had it for a little over a year now, and I'm going to be sharing with you some things that are good, bad, and also the maintenance of it as well. There are many different ways to have a side cut. You can have an undercut, you can have side cuts on both sides, you can have just the under part of your head cut. It really doesn't matter. The style that I have in particular right now is known as a side cut. I have it done on the right side of my head. The reason for that being is the left side of my head, this is usually where I like to part my hair, so I decided to get it on this part, but it really doesn't matter what side you get it on. So this video should be helpful for some of you who are considering getting a side cut, or for those of you who already have a side cut and you just want to know what my pros and cons are and how I shave it. Yeah, let's get started and stay tuned. So let's start off with the pros of having a side cut in my personal opinion. So the first pro that I have for having a side cut is that it's a very unique, edgy style. It's a really good way to kind of like punk up your look and make it look super, super cool. I love my side cut. Like I said, I've had it for a little over a year, and I still love it just as much now than I did when I first got it. So it's just a really cool way to kind of like, you know, make yourself look a little bit more edgy and to do something different that you don't usually see on an everyday basis. Another thing about a side cut that not many people may know is that it can very easily be covered. If you have been subscribed to me for a long time, sometimes my side cut would be exposed and sometimes it would be covered up. It covers very easily. It can be covered up. I do have a video on how I personally like to cover mine. If you would like to see that video, go ahead and click right up in this corner right now and it will take you to that video. But it's very, very easy to have covered, and it's very easy to manage. If you do have a job but you want to have a side cut, it can very easily be done without any of your bosses noticing. Another pro to having a side cut that I've noticed is that you have less hair to wash and manage. I am very, very lazy when it comes to doing my hair. I usually always have it in this style, just down with extensions. I don't usually ever like to style my hair, so the fact that I have like less hair there means less work for me. So it's just less hair that you have to deal with, in my opinion, and I like it that way. And another really cool thing about having a side cut personally is that you can do many, many different things with it. You can have it many lengths, you can change the color, you can have designs in it. You can either shave it, you can grow it out, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. Side cuts are very, very versatile. You can shave a design into it. If you don't like it, you can shave it off. If you want to change it to a different color, that's fine too. So you can really kind of mix it up and you can do many different things with them. That's what I love about mine, is I can change it with, you know, just a quick shave or a quick color change. So I love that. Those were some of the things that I found really cool about having a side cut, and there are some things that really aren't so cool about having a side cut. We're going to get into those now, which are the cons of having a side cut. Now, I don't have too many because I haven't experienced too many setbacks of having one, but the number one thing that I find to be really annoying is putting your hair up into just a simple ponytail. It gets a little bit difficult because it starts to look funny when you have it in a ponytail. For example, I will show you. So I have my hair in a ponytail, and it's not a very well put ponytail, but I have it up in a ponytail now, and as you can see, it looks like a totally normal thing to have on this side. And then when you turn to this side, it looks absolutely freaking ridiculous. Just having a ponytail and a side cut, it doesn't really look good, and people look at you really, really weird when you're walking around like this. So putting my hair up in like to ponytails or high buns doesn't really look good. So I just try to do that when I'm at home and no one can look at me like I'm an idiot. Another thing about having a side cut that kind of sucks is if you do end up shaving a side of your head and you realize you do not like it, it can take a while to grow out because you literally shaved a part of your head, and hair does not grow like grass. Hair takes a really long time to grow, so that's the thing that kind of sucks, is if you do take the plunge and shave it and then turns out you don't like the look of it, you're kind of screwed until it grows out. But then again, that can easily be weighed out because you can very easily cover it, and the growing out process isn't too bad just as long as you keep it covered. But if you do take the plunge, and then you just have to wait a couple years for it to fully grow back to the point where it was before you cut it. And then the very last con I found about having a side cut is, since this style isn't really seen like every day, you know, it's not like a ponytail or it's not like pigtails or a braid, it's a very, very different style that you don't see on an everyday basis going to the store, you know what I mean? And one thing I kind of found is people tend to judge you. They think just because you have a different or unique style that you are obviously doing drugs, or you are a harlot, or you're a criminal of some sort, and that is obviously not true. I am very much the opposite of a druggy criminal. But I just found that people really tend to judge a lot when they see this hairstyle. People just tend to judge a lot based on different hairstyles and how it looks. So that's one thing I've kind of found that sucks, but you really just kind of have to ignore it. You only live once. Life is so, so short. You just really need to go and do whatever you want with your hair. If that means shaving a side of it, then do it and you will be so much happier. So those are all the pros and the cons that I have for a side cut. I honestly totally recommend it. This is my all-time favorite thing I've ever done with my hair. It was a huge, huge change for me. I have never shaved any part of my hair, so to go this far and to shave a side of my head, I absolutely love it. I totally recommend it. And if you're thinking about getting one, go for it. You won't regret it. And if you do, just cover it up until it grows out. But honestly, I recommend it to anyone who wants one because it's so, so fun and I think it looks super, super cool. People are going to ask is, did you do it yourself? No, the very first time I ever got my side cut done, I actually went into a salon to do it. Make sure you find a salon that will actually do it. On several occasions, I had a couple hairdressers tell me no, that they wouldn't shave my head, so make sure you find a hairdresser who's willing to do it. But yes, my very first time ever was doing it at a salon. I did not do it myself at home. I do all the maintenance myself at home, but I first got it cut at a salon. Moving on to maintenance and how I care for mine, really it's all about personal preference and what you personally prefer. I go through stages where I want it longer and where I want it shorter. If I do like to wear my side cut a little bit on the longer side, one thing you need to remember is when you get out of the shower, make sure you brush it down if it is longer, because if you wear it so it's like a little bit longer or whatever and you get out of the shower and it's sticking up, if you don't brush it down right away when it's wet, it's literally going to dry with it like sticking up all which ways. So just make sure you kind of brush it down and make sure it's nice and good before it fully dries. That's one thing that I do have to say. And then sometimes I feel like having it shorter. As you can see, I did have it buzzed recently, and this is probably my favorite way to wear it when I feel like, you know, having a side cut and, you know, exposing it, I like to have it nice and buzzed. I know many of you are going to ask how I shave it, how I keep it so, you know, buzzed and cut down. Do I use a razor? What do I use? And the very simple answer to that question, I buzz it with this. This is just a little electric Norelco shaver, just looks like that. I totally recommend getting these. A razor, I just feel like, I don't know, I've never done it that way and I don't feel like it's easiest to do it that way. I literally just use one of these, and when I want it really short, I just use this right here, this side of it, and I literally just, you know, go up and follow the way of my hair. I always make sure that I have this part of my hair like really kind of flat down so I don't accidentally go upward with it. Sometimes I use this one right here. If my side cut is a little bit longer, I first shave it with this, so I basically just put it on like that, turn it on, and then just shave like that. So that takes care of the longer parts, and then I just take it off and finish up with this part. So that's basically what I do when I want to keep mine completely and totally shaved. You can really use any size that you want. I'm really not picky on what size I use to keep mine shaved. It really does not matter to me. I just kind of pick one, put it on, turn it on, and go. I really don't have a preference. Another thing is always make sure you have someone kind of with you, because when it gets to like the back part here, I can't exactly see too well, so it really kind of helps to have someone there to kind of help guide you to shave it, you know, so it's even. And sometimes I have shaved it buzzed, and there have been some instances where it has turned out a little bit patchy, or some sides have been longer than others. If that happens to me and I'm sitting there, I literally just shave it completely bald and just let it grow out for a couple days, and then it starts to even out. But if you don't want it completely bald, then try to go as you know, slowly as you can, so you avoid any of the crazy patchiness of, you know, accidentally not getting it totally even. Okay everyone, so that is everything that I have for my pros and cons plus maintenance of having a side cut. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up. Any questions, throw them in the comments and I will try to get to them as best as I can. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys!